Okay, so today we have the Pogues and Dirty Old Town. So this is not an original song by the Pogues. It is a cover from Ewan MacColl, who of course is Kirsty MacColl's dad. I did some research coming into this, if you can't tell. But anyway, I have not reacted to the Pogues since last Christmas. And if you want to go the Wham way. And yeah, so I'm finally coming back to them. Now they kind of just remind me of Christmas because of their Christmas song. But let's get into it, talk about it after, watch the video, see if it gets blocked. Let's go.
I met my love by the gasworks wall. Dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town. Clouds are drifting across the moon. Cats are prowling on their beat. Springs a girl from the streets at night. Dirty old town, dirty old town. Siren from the docks. Saw a train set the night on fire. I smelled the string on the smoky wind. Dirty old town, dirty old town. Dirty. I'm gonna make me a picture back, shining steel, tempered in the fire. I'll chop you down like an old dead tree. Dirty old town, dirty old town. I met my love by the gasworks wall.
Back to the first verse.
Dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town, dirty old town, dirty old town.
Oh, okay.
My love by the gasworks wall.
Keeps going. Hold the phone.
Dreamed a dream by the old canal.
Alright, so there you go, the end of the video. Surprised me a bit there. Okay, so anyway, obviously the song was over, but they had to do an iTunes spot. But my goodness. Oh, what? I'm glad I watched the video. I'm glad. I never really used to watch videos because I knew it might get blocked, but now I say if it gets blocked, at least I watched it anyway because people always say watch the video. And here it really works because I just, their atmosphere there, and I say there, I mean, well, the whole band's, yes, but Shane MacGowan's, of course, is at the forefront here. I mean, the camera pans to his face a lot. And he just has such a look, and I'm not, demeaning anything about him, obviously. It's just, he has such a look, and it just works so well when you're talking about a dirty old town. And he has such a dirty voice, if you want to say that. His voice is raspy. It's gritty. It's, you could tell he's been around. I mean, I don't know. That's really what comes to my mind. He has a worn voice, you might say, a worn personality. I don't. It's such a kind of pub rock kind of sound. You might say pub rock. I don't know if that's the word, but it's a pub style. You might say this is a song you'd hear in a pub. I guess sort of what I'm trying to say. It's just, I don't know. There's something so nostalgic about it, and I would say maybe nostalgic for me as well, because I live in an industrial city. I live in a city with an oil refinery, I guess the biggest in Canada. I mean, it's not hard to figure out where that is, but anyway, it's so I see what they're talking about, and of course, an oil refinery is not really, it's not good for the lungs and stuff like that. It's a dirty old town, and it's just, I don't know. So there's so much nostalgia there. There's so much relatability there too, and the way he just sings, the way he just, especially, I would say, since the end just happened, the way he ends it off, and he kind of looks into the distance. I don't know, there's a sadness to him, but it doesn't seem like he's really referring to this dirty old town as a place he doesn't want to be. He seems to have some reverence when he talks about it being a dirty old town. It's a dirty old town, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. That's kind of the feeling I get, even though there is kind of a shift near the end of the lyrics, I would say, like the last verse or something. But anyway, we'll get to that when we get there. But how the harmonica pretty much opens up the song. I got phlegm in my throat. Hold on. Still getting over a cold here, but my voice is kind of back now, so that's nice. But like I was saying, how Andrew Rankin opens up the song with a lonely harmonica, and how that sets the tone, it sets the atmosphere. Here comes Shane MacGowan, my God, and the only way he knows how to, saying with that gruff, rough voice. But it's not a gruff, rough voice where he doesn't have control, because he does. He has such great control, I would say. He can go, you would think he can kind of stand the test of time with his voice, go to a higher place as well. And because, yeah, it's not a rough voice that is just kind of monotone or whatever. I don't know. What I'm saying is he does seem to have some kind of range and control. Again, I love how he would hold those notes for a couple seconds, whatever, and then just end abruptly almost. And yeah, and again, there's so much reverence for this town, this rundown city that he has empathy for, the band has empathy for. And again, it's by it was originally written by Ewan MacColl. I almost wanted to say Ewan McGregor. No. And I guess it was about Salford, a city in England, which is now part of Greater Manchester, as I see here on Wikipedia. But again, I feel like it's one of those towns, one of those cities, whatever you want to say, an industrial city, where you might go through on a road trip or whatever it is, and you might think, "Ooh, that's an ugly town. I wouldn't want to really live here." But to the people who were born there, who grew up there, it's home. And there's beauty to the ugliness, if you want to go that way too. And it's just, again, there's a nostalgia there, there's a love there, and it's, again, all they know. And I mean, my God, there's such relatability there for me, again, as somebody who grew up in an ugly town, or dirty old town, if you wanted to put it that way, with all of the refinery stuff. But anyway, but again, just looking at the rest of the personnel, Andrew Rankin is also on drums here, and I mean, the drums are so light, and I liked how the camera panned to his hands when he was doing the drums. My God, he's playing the drums. Almost, and again, light, and it's like he's washing the windows, to take something away from Taylor Hawkins, like he once said about Ringo Starr. But anyway, just washing the windows, very light, and it's just, it adds. He didn't need to go, so hard or anything in the song. The song is light. The song is mellow in a way. It's melodramatic in a way too. Melancholic, you might even say too. And yeah, so I like that. Of course, there's a banjo, there's a friggin' fiddle, there's the bass guitar, there's pipes here as well. And again, the fiddle, the banjo, I feel like, I don't come across those instruments a lot in songs that I react to. So whenever I do, it's just great. And it's almost like, it's more of a folk feeling here, obviously, and an Irish folk feeling too. And it's just perfect, and it adds to the music, of course. And the band seemed like such a close-knit group, especially in the video, I guess, I would say also, too. So anyway, moving up to these lyrics here, I guess after I've said everything I really wanted to say, yeah, again, this is pretty much what I expected from the Pogues. Like I said, when I got into this at the start, I do believe, I had a sense of what this might sound like, and yeah, it didn't disappoint. It had that that nostalgic kind of feel, and that feel of an old-timey kind of song. And again, this is an old-timey song. It's from like the 50s, I do believe, when Ewan wrote it. But they did it justice. And again, I don't think they really changed anything about it. I think the lyrics are the same, but they kind of made it their own in a way. And again, there's such a authenticity here because you feel like they've lived this life too. Shane and the boys lived this life too. Anyway, let's get into the first verse. I met my love by the gasworks wall. Dreamed a dream by the old canal. And I like the way he said canal. I would say canal, but I think he said canal. You know, just so much, I guess, emphasis on the word, and emphasis on many words he did here. I mean, it's Shane MacGowan. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town. And again, you get a feeling of what the city looks like automatically. And then when he says dirty old town, you think, oh, what the hell? But then you realize, oh, he's talking about it in a nice way. You know, it's dirty in a nice way, I guess you might say. And again, I just love that so much, and it works so well with the band here. And again, talking about I met my love by the gasworks wall. It's just, I don't know, it's such vivid imagery, if I could say the word. Then we go into the second verse. Clouds are drifting across the moon. Again, it's like he's painting a picture here. It's so pretty in that way. Cats are prowling on their beat. I was going to say beast. On their beat. Springs a girl from the streets at night. Dirty old town, dirty old town. And I guess we're just talking about prostitution there. Which, again, I've seen, you know, I've seen prostitution, yes. But yeah, cats on the prowl. And I guess maybe cats is another word for a prostitute, a lady of the night. And, you know, they come out at night there. And, you know, because of that, it's a dirty old town. And we go on into the next verse here. I heard a siren from the docks because, of course, it seems like you would hear sirens in this type of a town. Saw a train set the night on fire. Again, this town would have a train as well. I mean, my God, obviously. I smelled the spring on the smoky wind. And again, you can just get a feeling of that, the smoke that is in the air, the clouds, as he said earlier. You can hear a train. I mean, I'm living the life. I mean, my God. I say that in a way of like, yes, I've heard these things. Anyway, dirty old town, dirty old town. Again, these are things that maybe people wouldn't like, that smoke in the wind or whatever, but these are things that I like, and it's a dirty old town. It's nice enough for me. And then we go into the fourth verse where I said earlier, again, there seems to be some kind of a shift. There seems to be some anger, perhaps, even though there is love and anger. There's a yin and a yang going on here, I would say. Either way, I'm going to make me a big sharp axe, shining steel tempered in the fire. And it seems like this is the kind of town to do that in, if I could fucking speak English. I'll say it again, it's so detailed here, and I love it. I'll chop you down like an old dead tree. Dirty old town, dirty old town. And I was thinking, is he talking about his woman, or is he talking about the city? And I do believe he's talking about the city or the town here, however you want to use that word. But yeah, it just, again, maybe he's talking about just kind of being fed up with this industrial town, with this place, I don't know, and he wants to chop it down, even though, again, he does seem to like it. So he seems maybe conflicted, or leave your comments down below, but whatever you want to say. But that fourth verse just kind of took me by surprise a bit, and I was like, where's he going? Anyway, then we go into the first verse to finish everything off, because why not restart it with I met my love by the gasworks wall, dreamed a dream by the old canal, I kissed my girl by the factory wall, dirty old town, dirty old town. And again, where else would you kiss your girl, you know, in a town like this, other than the factory wall? It's how beautiful, how pretty, how, you know, I'm sure that's how many girls imagine to be kissed for the first time. But yeah, it's just, I mean, again, there's a beauty to this, and I like how they restarted, you know, why not finish it off by restarting it with the first verse anyway? So again, like I said, maybe he's not talking about his woman in the fourth verse at all, I would guess, because then he comes back in saying he loves his woman to end off the song. So anyway, but yeah, like I said, I didn't really say, I guess, yet, but coming back to the Pogues finally, it's been over a year, I guess, or maybe a year tops now then, since I last did them, and I don't know why it took me so long. Again, I was just thinking about what should I do for, you know, Christmas week here now, and I thought, well, god dang, I haven't done the Pogues in a minute, and let's do this one, because why not? Dirty Old Town. It just seems the title fit them so well, and the song fit them very well too after listening here. So thanks for watching, I guess. Rest in peace of Shane MacGowan. Again, it's again not been that long since he passed away, but he left his mark on music. I mean, my God, he left his mark on this style of music, you would say too. And again, no one really sounded like Shane MacGowan. I've only heard 2 songs, but I mean, his voice stays with you, and it's just such a, again, gruff, gritty voice that I just really enjoy in that way. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate, if you do celebrate as well, because when this comes out again, I think it will be the December 23rd, I want to say. So anyway, or if you don't celebrate at all, then have a nice day. So anyway, thanks for everything. I'll talk to you guys again soon.